And we are back here in Helsinki's DigiExpo. Are we having a good time? Excellent. The crowd is a bit, not as big as yesterday, but we don't care. We're ready for the next show, which is going to be between DIMAGA and HuK. So without further ado, let's give it up for DIMAGA. So DIMAGA, how are you feeling?
I'm good.
So you're going to win this game?
I don't know. I will try to do my best.
Well, that's confident.
Really? I don't think so.
All right, well, let's call HuK here on the stage. HuK, everybody, yeah. So, HuK, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty bad. I lost to a really bad kid before I have to play DIMAGA, so I'm not confident at all.
Well, do you have any great tactics waiting in store for us?
Well, I was planning on going carriers in game 2, and it didn't quite work against Idra, so I don't know. Maybe I'll play standard? I don't know.
So you don't like that idea?
What more?
You don't like that idea that he's going to play standard?
Yeah, no, not at all. Please.
Okay, well, shake hands, go to your places. Apollo, TotalBiscuit, please.
Ah, this is going to be a fun matchup.
Yeah, these
Two
guys,
fun-loving guys.
two bad kids going to play against each other now. And I'm going to be in trouble after this game.
Apollo's going to get killed in the sauna, and the hotel takes no responsibility for that. So.
DIMAGA is scary to be in the sauna with. The DIMAGA list is pretty scary to be with. This guy's so big, goes to the gym literally like 10 times in 1 week, and that's like not healthy to go. But
yeah,
you saw when he won Assembly Summer, the rah!
That is a legendary YouTube video. That's got so many views.
Scary.
Absolutely fantastic. That is, in my opinion, one of the best celebrations I've ever seen for any tournament win.
I was like so happy with his win at that time, but at the same exact time, I was like, holy crap, did I say something bad in the cast? Did
You were happy to be sitting on Mana's side rather than DIMAGA's.
Yeah, I was going to jump over to Mana, and you could have handled DIMAGA.
Hide behind Mana, yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
These two players voted in for this next show match, not really because of their history together. They've only played a couple of times last year, really. So in 2010, haven't played against each other this year. But when they did play, it was rather equal. I think DIMAGA, no, actually, yeah, HuK, sorry. HuK was 3-2 up in that series, but it was just online cups. They've never met in such an environment like this before. But I think the reason why people's voted in, we have HuK, the best foreigner, against DIMAGA, who is capable of beating anybody in the world. MVP, Nesty, Jelizik, easy for DIMAGA. And let's see how he's going to do against HuK.
Yeah, DIMAGA's got this ability to pull out crazy wins against even crazier opponents, and while he didn't get too far in this tournament, it will be interesting to see what he does against HuK, who is currently reading his Twitter and not actually on the game screen. There we go. We are ready to get started. ESL Shattered Temple will be the place to be, and here we go. Down at the south position, folks, in the red trunks. You started the game too early, man. You're not allowed to interrupt his Twitter time. Playing Protoss to the south of the Shattered Temple. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for HuK. And his opponent right here. Up to the north, a scary individual. Playing for team MTW Mind Factory. Able to destroy pretty much any player, anywhere in the world, at any time. We've seen him do it against some amazing opponents. Will he be able to do it against this one? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you DIMAGA.
And so we do have the Shattered Temple first, going into Taldrum Altar second, then Terminus SE afterwards. And HuK did veto the same maps as the same against Idra. Shakir's Plateau, not really a HuK favorable map, and Metalopolis, of course. DIMAGA, on the other hand, gets rid of Zelnaga Caverns and Antigua Shipyard, surprisingly. And I think that's because he saw the way that HuK played so well on that map, and if he had just ironed out a couple of mistakes, such as walling in a little bit better, dealing with that run-by better, then HuK would have played and probably cruised through that game a lot easier than previously. So DIMAGA doesn't want to play against that kind of HuK, and we are going to see these three maps come into play. And as I said, these two don't really play too much against each other before, and we actually surprisingly see DIMAGA going gas, then pool, which is a little bit different from what we're used to seeing. He wants to get speed out very fast.
Very old school DIMAGA, that.
Yeah, really old build, but then he can go ahead and expand around 21 supply anyway. On the other hand, on this map, HuK doesn't want to play the White Ross style, the Forge Fast Expand, because it is difficult. You cannot wall in with 3 structures like you can on Shakira's Plateau and so on. So he's just going to go for probably 3-gate expand, a safe build, especially when he actually scouts that DIMAGA's gone gas pool, because the ability and the potential for harassment and aggression from DIMAGA is rather large here.
Yes, it is, and DIMAGA can get really, really aggressive. What we see, at least in this tournament from DIMAGA, was quite passive DIMAGA. And I'm not going to call that unusual because you can't really call DIMAGA either aggressive or passive. He is what he needs to be depending on the situation. He's a very flexible and well-rounded player. Some people will, of course, remember the earlier DIMAGA who was hyper-aggressive, who always went extractor first to get really early speed, who always started piling on the pressure. But he has changed that around. He was not doing that earlier